Ladies and gentlemen, with this particular story, definitely a gut-wrenching story, but I have to give you guys the details. This story comes out of Virginia Beach. We don't talk about a lot of stories in this particular place, but Virginia's going to have to take an L. This story is just heartbreaking for so many reasons, and it actually is very similar to a lot of stories that we've talked about before, especially when it comes to moms and dads dealing with each other. We talk about depression. We also talk about this thing called custody. Family court is, I hate to say it, but family court, I'm not going to say family court is ruining people because it's really us doing it to us. Can we agree to that? I'm not going to blame it on the courts, just like when these children end up in these foster homes and CPS fails to do their checks. Yes, they need to do their jobs, and if they don't, then I understand when people feel the need to take legal action against them. But the failure starts at the foundation with the biological mothers and biological fathers. Let's talk about this beautiful angel that you see on the right-hand side of the screen. But before I do, some of y'all might not have been here before, so I got to give a disclaimer that you might find my content controversial or offensive. The information is coming from many credible sources. My commentary is about the facts of this story. If you're going to debate anything, don't debate facts. Debate my opinions if you want to debate something. The point is I'm hoping that we can prevent these tragedies going forward. Your viewer discretion is advised, and that is your official disclaimer. And that is me reading my disclaimer when I need to record it. And just hit the play button sometime. But Virginia Beach, the mother, and I'm getting this information from 13newsnow.com, so thank you for the article. The mother of a toddler found dead in a Virginia Beach oceanfront hotel room. Hotel room. Bookmark that. This mother appeared in court Wednesday morning. Officials with the Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney in Virginia Beach confirmed. In court, the judge arraigned an individual. Let me see if I can get her face back up on the screen. This deranged looking woman right here. Her name is Leandra Andrade, Andrade. I think that's how you pronounce it. There it is, name right there. They presented her with a Class 4 felony. The charge code reads, cause or permit serious injury to the life or health of such child by a willful act, omission, or refusal to provide necessary care. And one would have to ask this, because if you're looking at that picture right there, and I'm just like, damn, man, damn. What did this baby do to deserve what she got? To deserve being neglected, to deserve being mistreated by her mother, to deserve so little love that it cost her life. And I'm telling you, there is nothing this beautiful smiling angel could have done to deserve that. And I just think the selfishness is what led up to this. Now, Class 4 felonies require a sentence between 2 to 10 years in prison. 2 to 10 years. Appearing virtually at her arraignment hearing, Andrade, the mother, indicated that she will look to hire her own legal representation with the possibility of financial assistance from her family, but indicated that she might have to use a public defender for her bond hearing scheduled for Thursday. 13 News Now reached out to the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office requesting an interview with Andrade, but she declined. That's her right to do that. Now, around 3:30 a.m. on Monday morning, the Virginia Beach Police Department responded to the 3600 block of Atlantic Avenue, and there, officers found the body of a 2-year-old girl. Obviously, that was this baby here. Found the girl and Andrade, who was having a medical emergency. 13 News Now sister station WUSA 9 confirmed. I'm going to just say the news next time. That's a lot of words. I'm going to get tongue-tied. Confirmed through the Metropolitan D.C. Police Department that Andrade, the mother, fled with her 2-year-old daughter late last week after losing custody of the child. Let me read that again. She ran with the child after they went to family court and she lost in court. How many times have I told that story? One of the stories that means the most to me on this channel, I think most people know, is the Anaya Day Garrett story. If you don't know that story, make sure and Google it and look it up. I'm sure one of my videos will probably pop up. And my emotion behind that story came because I listened to the 911 call of that little girl being dead when the biological mother, Sierra Day, and her boyfriend, Deontay Lewis, called in the 911 and faked giving a dead girl CPR. And you could hear the chest compressions in the air going in and out of that dead baby's body. I'm going to tell you, it still bothers me to this day. And that was about, what, 3 years ago, maybe closer to 4, that I talked about that. And more, I'm presenting stories, not of fathers murdering these babies, but of mothers who are thought of and placed on this pedestal and say that if you're a mother, you're automatically a good person. You should be praised. And people, I think, should earn the praise that they get as opposed to you just giving somebody praise that they haven't earned. I can understand to a certain extent that you want to uplift that crazy caveat word, uplifting somebody, hoping that they will continue to be good people, and that's not always the case. This mother lost custody. So here's what you would also have to ask. How and why did she lose custody? Because here's the way that this normally works. If the state decides that the biological father is more of a suitable parent than the mother, it's usually, in most cases, not all, but it's usually because the mother has been proven to be a bad, if not a terrible mother. Can we agree to that? More times than none. They're not going in on equal ground and they look at it and say, you both are equal and okay, he's doing a little bit better than you, we're going to give him custody. It's usually the mother is like on meth, or the mother is out hooking on the corner, or the mother is out leaving the kid with random people, leaving the kid at home, and the mother is dropping her kids off at the pool and then going to the club. It's usually something really, really horrific for a biological mother to lose custody of their child. Here's what you would also have to ask. And I don't know that I've ever said this, but I'm a damn sure say it now. This individual right here, how much do y'all think that this woman loved her kid if she neglected her kid so bad and lost custody that she didn't show it in her behavior? They found out in court, which means that the biological father had evidence to prove that she was a bad mother. Think about that. Unfit. Yes, thank you, Cynthia. Shout out to you. Thank you. Unfit. How much did she really love her child? So if I'm led to believe, based on her actions, that she does not love her child, then why would she flee with her child in an effort to be selfish, to hurt the biological father? Why? You clearly don't love your kid. Is that fair to say? She did not love her child. She did not love that baby. So why not let the biological father have the child, raise the child, love the child, protect the child, do what's best in her best interest, and you go about your happy life? I could almost guarantee you that he wasn't out there begging for no child support from her. He's just saying, I love my kid. I want my kid in my custody. I think I'm the better parent. Most men, if you give them an opportunity and say, here, take this kid, I don't want him, fathers will take that kid and not ask you a damn question. Somebody in the chat is asking, is this a babies for benefits situation? I'm going to say no, and let me explain why. She didn't keep this child in order to collect benefits off of that child, whether it be Section 8, food stamps, child support, or whatever the case is. That wasn't what she fled with this child for. She didn't flee with this child in order to continue benefits that she was getting. Y'all know why she fled with the child? Because her intention was to inflict damage on the child. I don't know if she meant to kill her, but I do know that she meant to inflict damage on this child in an effort to hurt the biological father. Maybe we can call that a benefit, but I don't know. Everybody with me so far? Can we agree to that? If you disagree, you could also type it in the chat and let me know. She lost her daughter in custody a week prior to this. She hadn't been seen since that Friday. Now, the news also confirmed with D.C. police officials that 2 investigators in Virginia Beach and D.C. are connected and that the deceased 2-year-old is Andre's daughter. And I think I have her name. Let me see if I can find this angel's name. Let me see. Her name is Lanoy Andre. Lanoy Andre. Beautiful name, too. Let me spell it for you. Lanoix. I hope that's how you say it. I don't want to put some respect on this baby's name. Is that Lanoy? Did I say that right? Lanoy Andre. While neither VBPD nor DC police have not officially released the name of the victim. Well, I just released it, so it's already out there. The father of the victim released a public statement through his legal representation. I think I might have that screenshot. That's actually a screenshot from her Facebook page. I think that's still up. But let me see if I can find the father's statement. I don't know if I have it, but I will read it to you. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. I am devastated that the opportunity for Lanoy to continue living a happy and loving life was senselessly taken. And the biological father's name is Fabio Andre Jr. So, man, it's just a really, really sad thing. But Fabio, the biological father, went on to say that he had been fighting tirelessly since March of this year for full physical and legal custody in order to provide my daughter the life that she deserved. The girl's cause of death is unknown and how it happened isn't apparent, but the police department is investigating this as a suspicious death. The Virginia Department of, y'all know she probably got blunt force trauma. We know how that story goes, okay? So I'm just going to assume that's what happened as of right now. But the medical examiner is conducting an autopsy of the girl and will provide a report to investigators once it is complete. DC authorities became involved with the case after a friend of Andre's contacted the department about concerning posts Andre had made on social media. So she had been posting some stuff on there. Now, I don't think I saw any of those posts, but we'll get past that for now. Shortly after, MPD determined that Andre had traveled south to Virginia Beach. MPD said that it then alerted police officers in Virginia Beach to Andre's whereabouts because she fled with the child that she no longer had custody of. So let me go ahead and give you guys the fair usage. Let's go ahead and start with our news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And also, let me say this, because right now we're live talking about this. Y'all do me a favor. If I'm saying something that you don't agree with, and my moderators will allow it to be typed in the chat. If you disagree with something, type it in the chat and let me know if I'm saying something that you disagree with that is not based on facts. But if y'all would do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. We want to have at least one thumb up for each person that's watching this video, okay? So share that in the memory of these babies, please. Let's get it.
Details in a story this team first brought you last night. Police say a D.C. mother is now facing charges connected to the death of this 2-year-old here. That toddler was found dead at a hotel in Virginia Beach. Our John Henry is pushing for answers. And John, you're learning more about the mother in this case. What can you tell us?
Well, Lorenzo, Virginia authorities charged D.C. mother Leandra Andrade on felony child neglect and abuse charges this morning, just 2 days after police found her 2-year-old daughter, Lenoir, dead in a Virginia Beach hotel room. Now court documents show her husband voiced concerns about her mental health months ago. D.C. resident Fabio Andrade said his daughter Lenoir loved life and making her family smile. Now he said he's devastated her life was allegedly taken from her. Lenoir's mother, Leandra Andrade, showed up for her arraignment in a Virginia Beach court Wednesday after police there called the death of her child suspicious. Just last Friday, a D.C. Superior Court judge granted Leandra's husband temporary full legal custody of their child while still allowing the pair to share joint physical custody. Court documents revealed Wednesday show that Fabio Andrade had previously suspected his wife suffered from a mental illness that impacted her ability to properly co-parent Lenoir. In March, Fabio Andrade told the court he had recently learned his wife had tried to take her life twice before they married, and that she had even once ran off to an unknown location with her daughter. In that same filing, he also claimed her personality had changed. She had become paranoid and had cut off close contact with family members.
Which is the stuff that he probably used against her in family court. And so, yes, and shout out to illicit deeds. So this probably was a murder-suicide attempt. I agree with that. That sounds like what this probably was.
The couple ultimately separated months ago, and a future court document claimed Leandra Andrade disputed most of the allegations about her mental health. But Fabio Andrade claimed things got so bad in June that Leandra Andrade would sometimes drag out their planned handovers of Lenoir in a park to last more than 6 hours. One of her neighbors told us this on Wednesday before these court filings came to light.
She looked frail, like something was going on mentally.
Lenoir's father also said today he fought tirelessly to gain full custody and legal custody of his daughter, and that while last week's court ruling was one of several successful steps toward that goal, it did not prevent or stop the existing court-ordered custody that was scheduled to take place to allow Leandra Andrade to have their daughter last week. Lorenzo?
A sad story on so many levels. John, thank you.
But first, the mother of a toddler found dead in a Virginia Beach hotel room is in jail tonight. Good evening, I'm Tom Shad.
And I'm Maria Elena Baloris. Leandra Andrade is charged with child abuse and neglect. Her arrest comes less than 2 days after police discovered her critically ill and her daughter dead in an oceanfront hotel. The cause of the little girl's death is still under investigation. 10 on your side's Kiana Patterson has new information from court. Kiana?
Yes, the 38-year-old mom from D.C. is being held without bond. She had her first court appearance today where she asked the state to contact her family in hopes that they will help her hire an attorney. 2-year-old Lenoir Andrade found dead and her mom unconscious in a hotel room at the Virginia Beach oceanfront early Monday morning. By Tuesday afternoon, Beach police arrested and charged the child's mom, Leandra Andrade, with child neglect and abuse. We asked VBPD to provide more information on the felony charge, but they did not respond. Court documents say Leandra has her master's degree but is unemployed and her husband supports her. Last week, a custody order shows a D.C. judge granted the child's dad, Fabio Andrade Jr., temporary legal custody, but the parents still shared 50-50 physical custody. Fabio's attorney sent 10 on your side a statement that says, quote, "My daughter Lenoir loved life and loved making her friends and family smile. I am devastated that the opportunity for Lenoir to continue living a happy and loving life was senselessly taken from her." Her dad says he's been fighting for full custody of his daughter since March. He adds last week's order was a step, but it allowed Lenoir to keep a scheduled visit with her mom last weekend. A friend tipped off D.C. Metro Police after seeing concerning posts from Leandra's social media. Wavy's investigative team reviews the posts. One describes troubles in the couple's marriage that began in February of 2019. And just 2 days ago, Leandra posted pictures and a paragraph about the trip to Virginia Beach with her daughter. The post ended with, "I love you so much. I'm so sorry, baby. You deserve the world." And the family and friends of Lenoir ask for privacy at this time. At 6, we ask if Leandra will face more charges. I'll have that answer coming up. Kiana Patterson, 10 on your side.
And we are learning more about the 2-year-old girl found dead in a Virginia Beach motel this week.
Her father has identified the little girl as Lenoir Andrade. Her father sent us this picture of the toddler. Meanwhile, the mother appeared in court today in connection with the girl's death. Alex Littlehales is in the newsroom tonight. And Alex, again, what is that father saying tonight?
Nicole, David, arrest warrants show that Leandra Andrade faces a Class 4 felony charge regarding child neglect and abuse. As you mentioned, in a statement shared publicly by the 2-year-old's father, he says he is devastated that her life was senselessly taken from her.
Leandra Andrade is behind bars at the Virginia Beach Correctional Center. According to arrest warrants from juvenile court, Andrade faces charges of causing or permitting serious injury to the life or health of a child by willful act or refusal to provide necessary care. Officials with the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office confirm Andrade is connected to this death investigation in Virginia Beach, where investigators found the 2-year-old dead in an oceanfront hotel room. 13 News now confirmed Andrade is also connected to a separate case in Washington, D.C. D.C. police officials say Andrade left D.C. with her child after losing a custody battle.
She loved the baby. She loved the baby. I don't know what happened for that. You know, who does really?
Aaron Holloway is Andrade's neighbor. He says he can't believe what he's learning about a family he thought he knew.
I'm in shock right now because they're great people, great couple. They were thriving.
In a statement released publicly, Andrade's husband, Fabio, says, quote, "I am devastated that the opportunity for Lenoy to continue living a happy and loving life was senselessly taken from her." He added that he has been fighting since March for full legal custody of Lenoy.
A judge set a bond hearing for tomorrow morning, but today in a courtroom, Andrade noted she's looking to hire her own attorney moving forward, but that for tomorrow's hearing, she might have the assistance of a public defender.
We're still trying to figure out what exactly happened to Lenoy Andrade inside the Virginia hotel room where she was found dead. Her mother, Leandra, faces child abuse charges. According to documents, police found Leandra unconscious inside of that room. They revived her with Narcan, the drug that counteracts opioid overdoses. Now, there are a lot of new details coming out about this case. Alex Littlehales is sorting through the court documents and joins us with the very latest from Virginia Beach.
New search warrants show new details about Leandra Andrade, the D.C. mother who faces a felony child neglect charge following the death of her 2-year-old child, Lenoy.
Search warrants reveal on August 1st, Virginia Beach police officers received a call about a possible suicidal person. Court documents say the 911 call came after a text message allegedly sent by the mom, Andrade, to her friend saying, quote, they would look down on them from heaven. The documents go on to say Andrade posted pictures of her daughter on her Instagram, but talked about her in the past tense. Both authorities and family confirm the victim is Andrade's daughter, 2-year-old Lenoy Andrade. The search warrants go on to say in the hotel room Monday, police officers first found Andrade unconscious. They say they used Narcan to stabilize her and found the toddler already dead. Investigators also say they found an empty pill bottle and a glass bottle with a white powder in it. D.C. police say Andrade first disappeared last week after losing a custody battle.
Authorities have still not released the cause and manner of death of the 2-year-old child. I'm Alex Littlehales for WUSA 9.
Okay, so let me give you guys my closing thoughts. Okay. That might give me a little bit more clarity now that I got a chance to listen to some of the other news videos, that she probably could have drugged this baby, like gave her some type of a concoction, a drug, pills, or something that caused this child's death. But like I say, that's a mere formality at this point. You know, I just hope this baby didn't suffer to death. But nonetheless, man, it's just really sad that, you know, again, I want to make sure that I'm very clear about what I'm saying. The failure is on the biological mother and biological father. They have to work on this thing together. And I don't know where her mind and brain started to deteriorate. And at this point, I'm sure the biological father was just like, oh, crap. And now he's just in panic mode, survival mode. He's like, I got to get my daughter. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He did not break the law. Let me repeat. He did not break the law by saying, I'm going to violate the visitation that's already set up by the courts. And I can respect that. But it's just like, maybe we need to have a special provision. I know some states are actually looking into this, having laws in the name of children, by way of saying, if you feel like your child is in danger, then you won't be charged with kidnapping your child. If you're just like, no, I'm not going to put them in the custody of this person, even though they have visitation, because I feel like they're going to present a danger to my child. And I think that needs to be more like a federal law so that we can stop punishing parents when these children are literally in situations like Anaya Day Garrett and like Lenoir is what they're calling this baby's name. In a situation like this where the dad knew that his child was in danger and he couldn't legally stop this woman from kidnapping this child and doing whatever it is that she did. But I think 2 to 10 years is BS. Can we agree to that? 2 to 10 years is what she could be facing unless they're going to upgrade the charges. I hope that she gets a life sentence for what she did. That baby did absolutely nothing to deserve this. And if this woman was that miserable, you could exit this earth stage left. Everybody understand? Exit stage left, have a nice life, and you go off into the sunset. Don't do that to your kid. That's selfish. It's hurtful. And she had every intention of hurting the father when that baby did nothing but love her, smile for her, and behave and just be the best baby ever. That is such a beautiful girl. It breaks my heart to see this continue to happen. But I say this and I say this and I say this again, and I pray for those mothers and fathers out there. Guys, we got to start working together in order to protect our children so that they get an opportunity to grow up and become something great. Maybe we didn't do it the right way, but I hope that we will give our children an opportunity to go out into the world and become something amazing. To that beautiful baby, let me get her mama off the screen because I don't want to see her freaking face right now, but being said some bad words here in a moment. I want the bigger picture, this one. If y'all will, put a prayer hands up in the chat. Young princess, R.I.P. But thank you guys for listening to her story. The way that you can support this story is hit that thumbs up, share it, let more people come hear about this baby story, okay? Because we want to stop this thing as soon as possible, okay? Thank you.